In a world painted with endless green, where the forest breathed in hushed whispers, a lone wolf moved like a shadow through the ancient trees. Below him, in the sun-dappled clearings, the forest was alive with sound. Squirrels chattered, birds sang in vibrant choruses, and deer gathered in gentle herds, their lives a symphony of togetherness. But the wolf walked his path alone, a silent observer with eyes that held the wisdom of the moon. His fur was the color of twilight, and his steps made no sound on the mossy earth. He was a mystery, a solitary figure against the backdrop of a bustling communal world. The other animals often watched him, their minds filled with questions. The rabbits, nestled in their warrens, would twitch their noses and wonder. They would say, "Why does he not seek a pack? Is there not warmth in numbers?" The boisterous bears, feasting on berries, would grunt in confusion. To them, strength was found in the family, in the shared den and the collective hunt. But the wolf knew a different kind of strength, one that was forged in silence and sharpened in solitude. His journey was not meant for the trodden paths of the many, but for the untamed wilderness of the self, a place where only the brave dare to wander. One crisp morning, a young, curious fox, known for his clever tongue, trotted up to the wolf as he rested by a still, clear stream. "Noble wolf," the fox began, his voice laced with a playful challenge, "the world is full of friends and families. Why do you choose to walk this lonely road? Is the world not a heavy burden to carry on one's own?" The wolf lifted his gaze from the water's reflection, his yellow eyes calm and deep. He did not offer a grand speech or a complex answer. Instead, he simply looked towards the distant, snow-capped peaks that pierced the clouds, a silent testament to his purpose. His quiet confidence was his reply, a message carried on the breeze that whispered through the pines. He understood that to truly know the world, one must first learn to know oneself, and that sacred knowledge could only be found in the quiet temple of solitude. To hear the universe's deepest secrets, one must first learn to silence the noise of the crowd. Then, a bitter winter descended upon the forest, colder and harsher than any the animals could remember. The snow fell in thick, unrelenting blankets, burying the familiar trails and hiding all sources of food. The herds huddled together for warmth, their collective fear a palpable cloud hanging in the freezing air. The chattering squirrels fell silent in their hollows, their stores dwindling with each passing day. Panic began to creep through the forest like a chilling frost, but the wolf was not afraid. His solitary journeys had taught him to read the land, to understand its hidden language. He had watched the subtle shifts in the wind, noticed the migration patterns of the highest birds, and committed to memory the secret. Sheltered valleys where the snow lay thinnest and the winter grass still grew. Days bled into desperate weeks. The forest grew weak, its vibrant life force fading under the oppressive weight of the cold. The once mighty bears grew gaunt, and the swift deer struggled to find the energy to stand. But then, a silhouette appeared on a high ridge, dark against the blinding white of the snow. It was the lone wolf. He let out a single resonant howl, not a cry of loneliness, but a call of guidance. He had found a hidden pass, a path leading to a sheltered basin where the sun had melted patches of snow, revealing life-giving moss and roots. He had not sought a pack, but in his solitude he had found the salvation of one. He led them not as a king demanding followers, but as a silent guide who had walked the lonely path to wisdom. He drank from the melted snow, his spirit at peace, a quiet strength radiating from him. When the other animals saw him, calm and resolute, they finally understood. They realized that the wolf's solitude was not an absence of community, but a journey into the heart of strength. It was not a sign of weakness, but the very source of his unshakable power and profound wisdom.